Oh, thank you for being here. Oh, how do we get so stiff? I sit down and it's like, oh boy. Well, find a nice seat and just settle in. I thought today's theme could be gratitude since we're on Thanksgiving week. So find a nice seat, find your nice long spine, close your eyes, just kind of feel for a moment, check in with your physical body. Right, I thought I had, hold on, plane mode. Just I want you to just reflect on a few things that you're thankful for this morning. Gratitude is like an energy that you can feel. So as you reflect on people, places, maybe animals that you're really grateful for, see if you can feel that good energy flow in. Spread from your heart to the rest of your body. And then just bring your hands together in front of your heart center. May we all take the time to recognize and appreciate the many great things that are in our lives that enhance our lives. Not only this time of year, but the year round. There's so much beauty and grace around us if we take the time to see and appreciate. And please lower your hand and just stretch your right arm up and kind of wave your hand around. Hello. Good. And bring that one down and switch and then stretch up a little higher. Stretch out the side of the body. Wave it around. Good. And bring it down and then stretch both arms up. And wave them around. Good. And then twist to your right and bring the hands down for a little twist. Checking in with your breath. Lengthening your spine on the inhale. And coming back to center. And this. There. Good. Now stretch your right arm up again. Wave it around. Even stretch a little bit more to the side. Good. Thing. Other side. And bring it down. Stretch both arms up. Be really mindful. Keep the rib cage drawing back. And then twist. Breathing in. Breathing out. And one more breath. And come on back to center. And go ahead and come to all fours. You might want to take off a layer if you haven't already, because this will warm you up fast. So all fours. Spread the fingers. Really engage your core and your shoulders. Curl your toes, lift your knees an inch or two off the ground. And just hover there. Lengthen through the top of the head, lengthen the back of the neck. Even dome the upper back a little bit. Try to take 3 more breaths if you can. And then on your third exhale, lower the knees and slide into a cow pose. And round to cat. You can get a little wild as you move through the 2 poses. Even close your eyes and just be grateful for your physical body. It does a lot for you. Good, and then pause. Let's make fists this time with your thumbs pointing forward. Your fists are right under your shoulders. And go ahead and lift your knees again. Remembering to keep long back of neck. Some people like the fists better if their wrists are sore. You just feel it out, see what you like. You know you're ready to come down. Of course, do, but really check in with your core. Three more breaths. And on the exhale, lower the knees. Good. Bring your knees a little wider, your big toes together, and sit back to a child's pose. And stretch your arms out long. And then this is going to be kind of weird. You're just going to come up like you're in all fours, but keep your knees wide, your big toes pressing together, and make a circle in child's pose. And switch directions. And then coming to the center, your knees are still wide. Just see how this feels. If it doesn't feel good, you can bring the knees closer, but you're going to extend your left arm up and then thread the needle. Those wide knees, big toes together. And then just do that again. Press into your right hand, lift the left arm up, and thread the needle. Inhale, stretch it up. And exhale, thread the needle. And this time, just kind of stay and appreciate for a moment. See what you feel. And then coming on up, we'll switch sides. So mindfully place your hand, extend your right arm. Don't get too worried about your alignment. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, thread it. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, thread. And just stay for a couple breaths. And then making your way back up to all fours. Straighten the knees out. And lift the knees again. You can either use fists or hands flat, your choice. And then just stretch your right leg straight. Stretch your left leg straight. And come to plank. Good. Lower your knees. Big toes together. Child's pose. This time, slide your elbows back a little bit. Bring your hands to prayer pose. Forehead to the floor, if possible. And just lift your hands up behind your head in that prayer position. And think of one more thing that you can be grateful for today. Feel the breath. I like to think of the breath as drawing good things into you and letting go of any thoughts or things that don't enhance your life. On the exhale. And then bringing your hands back forward. Come on up to it. Your first downward facing dog. Just walk your dog out. I like to have my feet nice and wide for my first one always. Swivel your heels to the right. Stretch out the left side body. And then coming back through center, swivel them to the left. Stretch out the right side body. And coming back to center, lower your knees, swivel your feet, and come on down to your back. And just hug your knees in. And then just holding on to your right knee, stretch your left leg straight. And just kind of feel that. You don't have to bring it all the way to the ground. And then switch. Hug your left knee in, straighten your right leg. And switch again. Feel out all the, you can wave your feet around like you did with your arms if you want. Switch again. And then bring your feet flat. And I'm going to have you bring your hands by your hips and just set up your spine. So actually do it this way. Bring your shins parallel to the floor. Flex the feet. Bring your hands on your thighs and think, okay, I want to keep a little bit of a curve here. I'm not pressing the low back all the way down, but I'm trying to lengthen. I'm drawing the low ribs together. I'm lengthening up through the top of the head using my core, and then just press the knees up and away. Now that's the feeling. Feel that in your core. Thank goodness you have that strength. That's the feeling I want you to keep. But now release your legs, lift your head and interlace the hands behind the head. Good. Lift the head a little higher. Keep that going and extend the right leg. Maybe left knee comes a little closer and then switch. Just go slow and mindful. Right knee hugs in. Keep going. We have to do core again because, it is Thanksgiving week. Keep going. When you're done. I want you to feel the rib cage back, but you're not scooping your tail too much. 3, 2, 1. Good. Hug both knees in. Relax for a moment. Bring your feet down and do a little windshield wiper action. Should feel good after that. Good. And then coming back to center, set up again. So shins parallel. Feel that really long strength in your core. If it helps to do the abdominal bracing, you can press on your thighs and then lift the head, interlace. And this time we're going to just do a little twist. So as you extend the left leg, your left elbow comes towards your right knee. And then back to middle and switch. It's really slow and mindful. See if you can get your breathing going in there. Don't crank on your head. One more. Good. And relax. Hug your knees in. Whew, I got me burning there. Bring your feet down, do a little windshield wiper. Good, and then bring the feet right under the knees, hands by your hips. And get that abdominal bracing action going. But just lift your hips to Setu Bandha. Maybe you won't lift as high. Just feel it. And lower down. Feel the sacrum on the ground. Feel everything connected. And then press into your feet and lift again. Keep thinking long spine. long back of neck. And come on down. Hug your knees in. Roll to the side and come back to all fours. Hands under shoulders. You can do the fists if you want. Curl the toes, lift the knees. Stretch the left leg straight. Stretch the right leg straight. Plank pose. Good job. Couple more breaths. And then lower the knees and lower all the way down to the mat. Forehead down. Hands by your hips. Press the feet down. Think, okay, get that abdominal bracing going here. So you feel it. You feel really long through the top of your head. So much so that you feel your head lift, shoulders lift, arms lift, maybe feet lift. Bring your hands back by your chest. Curl your toes under. Push up and back. Downward facing. And walk your feet slowly up your hands. You can grab your blocks if that would help. Bring them by the outside of your feet. To the side, just pause there. Just noticing your feet, noticing your legs. Really connected. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time to standing. Good. Stretch your right arm up. Lengthen it, wave. Do that with your left arm. And bring it down. Stretch both arms up. Good. Bend your knees, sit back. Utkatasana, chair pose, hands to heart center. And just kind of notice your knees. I want you to really feel that long core. And don't even bend lower, just twist to your right. Don't let the left knee come forward. Just the upper body twist. Come back to center. Twist to your left. Good. Come back to center. And fold forward. Straighten your legs. And step your left foot back to a deep lunge. Just feel that position for a moment. Good. Make sure your feet are at least hip distance apart. It makes it easier to keep things aligned. Lower your back knee. Hug to the midline. Slowly stretch up. Anjaneyasana. If you feel stable. And touch down. You can use the blocks if you have tight hamstrings. Walk your hips back. Straighten the right leg. Don't let your hips sway to the left. Keep them centered. Maybe a little baby bend in the right knee. Stretch the toes towards the floor. Maybe stretch out over. Good, and bend back into the front knee. Hands on the block. Step back, downward facing dog. Bring your feet a little closer together and put a baby bend in your knees. Extend your left leg. Bend the knee. Don't let the right shoulder drop as you then open up to wild dog. So stack your left hip on top of your right. That's it. Good, you guys. Square the hips up and see if you can bring knee to nose and step that foot through to a deep lunge. And if it didn't make it all the way there, just help it. And notice deep lunge here. Notice your alignment. Left hip crease stays back. Lower the back knee. Take your time coming on up Anjaneyasana. One more breath. And on the exhale, touch down, slide the hips back. Use the blocks if that's helpful for you. Check your alignment, everything stays healed. Sits bones are still in the same line. Toes, kneecaps point up. Draw the leg into the socket. Maybe stretch the toes if that's a good stretch for you. And then bend back into the front knee. Lift the back knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Feet a little closer, a little baby bend in the knees. Extend the right leg. Bend the knee. Open up wild dog. Don't let the left shoulder drop. Good, square up the hips. Step that foot through, deep lunge. Give you a moment. And then please step forward. Forwards. Hold. And inhale, sweep all the way up. And bring hands to heart center. Okay, now step back on your mats. We're going to try this just so the blocks aren't in your way. And you're going to stand on your right foot. And if you want to go, if your balance is off today, feel free to go to a wall because we're going to try and push this a little bit. So watch when I lift my left foot up and I'm grabbing it with my left hand, and I try and grab on the inside with my thumb pointing up on the upside. And then I bring my right arm out, I hug everything to the midline, and then maybe stretch out for baby dancer. So kick the foot back, hug it in. Think of it more like a back bend. And come on out. I'm really not finding it. There we go. And come on out. Whew. Yeah. A fun one to play with. So switch sides. Stand on the left foot. Find the right foot. Add the arm. Think, keep the side body nice and long, that long connected spine. And then slowly go for it. Think of it more like a back bend. And release. Good job. Come on up to the front of your mat. We haven't done that one for a while, so I thought we needed to do it. Stretch your right arm up, maybe your left arm down, just arc to the side a little bit. You can wave the hand and switch. Left arm up, maybe arc. That feels good. Good, coming back to center. Stretch both arms up. Good. And then fold forward, please. Pranam. And fold. Hands to the block, step the right foot back, deep lunge. Find your balance. Stretch up, crescent, warrior. Good, touch the blocks. Move the hips up and back, straighten the left leg, Parsvottanasana. You might have to move the blocks to the higher height. Just check out that your hip bones and your heels line up. You're pressing into the ball of the left foot as well. Good, and then bend into the front knee. Step the back foot forward a little bit. Come up, hands to heart center, leaning forward, and then just kind of lift the back leg, warrior three. You're really feeling it and you want to extend your arms, you can. Good, hands back to heart center, touch down. Woo, step forward, nice job. Crampage time. Step your left foot back, deep lunge. Take your time finding your balance. Come up, crescent, warrior. Left hip crease stays back. You can feel really balanced. Last breath and touch down. On your next inhale, slide your hips back, straighten the right leg this time. Parsvottanasana. And then getting ready for warrior three, bend into the front knee, step the back foot forward. Just bring your hands on your thigh this time till you feel balanced. Then hands to heart center. And then shift the weight, lift the back leg. Warrior three. You're really feeling it. You can extend your hand, your arms. Weak ankle. Can use the blocks there too. Hands to heart center. Touch the back foot down. Step back to a downward facing dog. And go ahead and take child's pose. And then moving your blocks out of the way, just to the side of your mat. Slide forward onto your bellies. And sit up for Shalabhasana again. So Hands by your hips, long back of neck. Think abdominal bracing. So get that length and that connection as you lift your head and your shoulders. Lift your feet. Bend your elbows, bring your arms out to the side. It's harder to hold. Good, and then bring the hands by the chest. Press the feet down and lift a cobra. Oh, such a long spine. Head's in line. Long neck. And lower down. And push back, downward. Facing dog. Walk it out. And step your feet to your hands, forward fold. You can use the blocks again if that you like that. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Close your eyes. In this position, it's always better for feeling gratitude, for finding gratitude. Good. Open your eyes, stretch your arms up. And fold forward on the exhale. Pranam. And fold. Step your left foot back to deep lunge. Ground the back foot down and come up to a warrior two position. And just take your time setting up, adding the arms. And just gaze out over your right hand when you feel like you're super set. And you feel all parts of your front foot and your back foot working. Nice long spine. Good. And then reverse it. So left arm down, right arm up, palm facing back. Just a little stretch that way. Good. And come back, warrior two. Be grateful for strong legs, strong core. And windmill down. Deep lunge. Step back, downward facing dog. Then the left leg. Step it through, deep lunge. Job. Ground the back foot down. I cheated, I had my blocks. Make your way, warrior two. Just take your time, just kind of really noticing the lower body first, then working up, and then adding the arms. Remember last week how we felt really long through the back of the neck, through the top of the head, broadening through the shoulders, clavicle. And then reverse it, right arm down, left arm up, palm facing back. And making your way back. Warrior two. Every breath Gives you an opportunity to explore. And windmill down. This time, turn the heel up, but step forward, forward fold. Bring your blocks forward, turn your toes out, down to a deep squat. Your heels come up. That's just the way it is. No big deal. And then see how gracefully you can lower to your bum. And slide back so you're in the middle of your mat. And take a wide stance with your legs. Just see if you need to inner spiral. Good. That feels pretty good. Just think, long extended core. Feel from your sits bones all the way up, connection. I always have to tell my legs to draw into the socket and then maybe bring the hands to the inside. Maybe get a little stretch going forward here. You decide how much you need. Just notice if there's any feeling of unequalness in the legs. Let's see if you can adjust. It feels like an equal stretch on both sides. Good, and then come on back up. Well, that felt nice, right? Bend the right knee and bring the foot on the inner leg, or if you can get that knee or the top of the foot down, you can do that too. And then just kind of turn and face your right leg, but inner spiral that right leg a little bit more. So it feels like you're drawing the sits bone back and then facing your leg. Just get a forward stretch going. Maybe hand to the outside of the shin to start. Janu Shirshasana. Head to knee pose. Or it literally translates head to big toe. Couple breaths. And then come on back up. You could do this stretch with your leg outstretched too if your knee bothers you. So let's switch sides. You get to decide. Bending the left knee, bringing it where it feels like a good stretch, drawing the right leg into the socket, facing that outstretched leg, and then using just your breath and very slow, mindful movement, maybe stretch a little deeper. You're not leaning to the side, to the inside. Anything, you're just stretching out over that leg. I especially feel it in my side body. But I'm trying to still use that long spine. One more breath. Savoring the stretch. come on up. You just slide that foot a little wider and bend the other knee and bring the feet together. And then I always have to kind of bring my hands behind me and think, I'm just going to tilt my pelvis forward a little bit so I'm not rounding the low back too much. And then you might bring your hands forward, or you can just stay here if this is enough of a stretch. I like to support my ankles because I have weak ankles. And then I think just use the strength of my core to try and broaden the knees apart. And then if that feels good and it feels connected, you could fold a little deeper. Baddha Konasana. Lovely, come on up. Ooh, that's kind of good. Stretch your legs straight. Your feet are hip distance apart. I always have to kind of pull the legs into the sockets. The kneecaps and toes point up and lengthen up tall. Let's just do this. Stretch your right arm up. You can arc a little bit. You can wave. And then switch. So both sits bones grounded. And then coming back to center, stretch both arms up. Now feel that same feeling. Both sits bones grounded. Nice long spine. Just like you're doing that abdominal bracing. And then just fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Slowly roll back up. And transition down to your backs with your legs stretched long for now. Set your arms over your head. And then go the opposite way. Hug both knees in. And then just interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Extend your left leg long. You might have to move the thigh away from you a little bit to find the curve and the abdominal bracing. So the left leg's really strong. Straighten the right leg. Press the thigh into your hands till your arms are long. And just make a circle with your right foot and ankle. I always kind of like to think of just grounding that leg down into the socket. And then walk your hands up the leg a little bit. See if you can find a spot that is challenging your hamstrings, but not too challenging. This feels like a nice stretch. And then do this for me. Press your leg into your hands for 5 seconds, as hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now back off a little bit, not all the way. Let's see if there's a little more give in your hamstring. You could pull it a little bit closer. Ooh, good job. And you can do that again if you liked it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then see, maybe, turns out there's a little more play. Keep the curve in the low back. You can do it one more time if that's you want to, if it's feeling good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Might have to bring the leg off to the right side just slightly. Good. And then bend the left knee, bend the right knee, bring the ankle across the thigh. Don't give up on the abdominal bracing. Lift the left foot, interlace behind the left thigh. A little stretch in the outer hip this time. And then unwind. Hug both knees in. And let's switch sides. So interlace behind the left thigh. Extend the right leg long. See if your hips are even, and then straighten the left leg. Circle the ankle. Press the thigh into the hands. Your arms are full length. And then relax a little bit and slide the hands up to a spot that feels like it's challenging the hamstrings, but not too much. And then press for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's see, maybe there's a little more give. It's surprising sometimes. You find, oh, they don't feel as tight as they did. You want to keep the hips square though. And do it one more time. Right leg stays grounded. If it's coming up, you've gone too far because you want it to stay grounded. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see, maybe there's a little more play. If you want to do it one more time, feel free. And then bending the right knee to bring the foot flat, bring the left ankle over right thigh. Interlace behind the right thigh. Baby cradle stretch. Feeling a different stretch in that left hip. And then please unwind. Bring the feet flat, arms to T or cactus. Shift your hips to the right slightly. Hug the knees in and let them lower to the left side. Just a little line twist, line down twist. You can turn your gaze to the right. Bringing your thoughts to your breath. And then hugging the left knee into the right, come back to center. Put your feet down so you can then shift your hips to the left before you Hug the knees in closer and roll the knees to the right, allowing them to come down to the ground. Turn your gaze to the left. And then coming back to center. Bring the feet down so that you can center your hips. And go ahead and stretch out for Shavasana unless you feel like there's other calming poses that you need to do. Feel free. Find a position where you can relax everything. Relax your cheeks. Relax your throat. Relax your belly. Your kneecaps. Relax your pinky toes. Just scan your body one more time, just really appreciating each part as you scan. Appreciating what your physical body does for you. Allowing to relax completely. Each part to relax completely. take the time to be grateful. Others around you can feel that energy. Now, every time you breathe out, just feel like you're spreading that good energy of gratitude around you. I wanted to share a few word blessing actually from John O'Donohue. It says, now is the time to free the heart. Let all intentions and worries stop. Free the joy inside the self. Awaken to the wonder of your life. Open your eyes and see the friends whose heart recognize your face as kin. Those whose kindness watchful and near encourage you to live everything here. See the gifts the years have given, things your effort could never earn, the health to enjoy who you want to be, and the mind to mirror mystery. As you gather this week with friends and family, remember that energy of gratitude is contagious. Feel their love, send out your love, be grateful. Start to wiggle and move small ways. Begin your transition back up to seated. Just bring hands to heart center. I truly am grateful for each of you for your being here, practicing. The Kula makes yoga so much better. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Namaste. Hopefully that felt, did it feel okay? Thank you guys at home.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lisa. So grateful for you and yoga.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank
Thanks,
you.
Lisa.
Bye. Have a
Happy
great
Thanksgiving, guys.
happy oh,
Same to
I
you.
will be here on Friday if you guys are up for it. So okay.
Yeah, I don't know yet if I can make it or not. I've got a
Yeah, I
house full of
know.
people,
It's option. It's totally, I don't expect anybody to be here, but I'll be practicing. So
I may need that break.